Hello, Virgo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future for mid to end of June 2023, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which we'll jump into in just a second. I have the tarot deck that I'll be jumping into already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Do remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, so do take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Virgo. In your recent past, you have a time to give rather than take with the Nine of Swords. I feel like there was a lot of anxiety in your recent past. About something working out or not working out, not having what you need. I'm not sure, but I do feel like there was a lot of fear and anxiety and doubt that surfaced in your recent past that you had to face. Now, with a time to give rather than take, usually what that card means is it's a time to invest in your reality, not a time to receive. So kind of like the universe saying it's a time for you to do your part and then the universe will step in and do its part. But I feel like at the time, it kind of just felt like things weren't working out or everything was falling apart or something of the sort. And I feel like that Nine of Swords energy really was quite difficult to deal with. Now, in your current energy, you have nothing as yet set in stone with the Justice in reverse. So your current energy is a lot about understanding that, this nothing is yet set in stone card can be both a message of like a reality check, but also a message of hope and understanding that nothing in this world is guaranteed. Nothing. There's not a single thing that is guaranteed. But you have more control over your circumstances than you are currently giving yourself credit for or power. Like you're currently seeing that you have power of. Because I feel like if, something I talk about a lot on my channel is if you are not living the life of your dreams, and it is because a part of you does not believe it is possible. And kind of digging through what part of you aligns more with your fear, your doubt, your insecurity, as opposed to the abundance that you're wanting to create. And that abundance can apply to any aspect of your life, your relationships, your career path, your financial status or financial abundance that you have. And I feel like right now it does really feel like this is an energy of stepping into your power and seeing that you are capable and deserving of so much more than you have been accepting. Now, in your immediate future, you have a personal issue reaches a resolution with the Six of Cups in reverse. Something from your past, an issue from your past, a trigger. I don't really know. We'll see when we dive into tarot. Something is coming to a close here. Some cycle maybe, or a situation that you're wanting to end, like something that has been contributing to this Nine of Swords here. And I feel like I don't know what that is yet, but I'm pretty excited to do this reading because these overall energies were pretty interesting. So let's start, Virgo, by looking at your recent past. You have a time to give rather than to take with the Nine of Swords. This is Virgo's recent past, please. This is Virgo's recent past. Recent past for Virgo. The Devil. Devil with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Strength in reverse. Woo! All right. Yeah, Virgo, this was tough. Okay. When we have a tendency to attach ourselves to certain outcomes, right? We think that things have to go a certain way or happen by a certain time or be a certain outcome in order for us to be, sometimes, yes, you could say in order for us to be happy, but sometimes we even feel like it's in order for us to be safe and secure and content. And in your recent past, those feelings and fears of being unsafe or unfulfilled forever were heavily triggered. And I feel like it happened on purpose. And it has to do with you feeling like you are not receiving what you've been investing into. And it could be like in the form of, again, like finances or love or something. Your confidence has been really heavily tested as of recently, Virgo. And I feel like, not that you are not confident, not that you are not sure of yourself. I mean, you could struggle with those things, but it just feels like that confidence of like knowing who you are, knowing what you're deserving of, knowing what you're capable of, that has been really put like under a magnifying glass almost. Like it feels like it's like the universe is like, okay, show me what you're made of. Because through this situation, I don't know what this is. It feels like you had to face kind of some of the deepest, some pretty deep fears, doubts, and insecurities that you might not have even been fully aware, and maybe still aren't fully aware are there. Because I just feel like it's like this devil was triggering. This devil was triggering. I don't know what this devil is. It's an attachment to an outcome, to a person, to a situation. And I feel like, I mean, you have a time to give rather than take. So if you haven't received, it's because it's not time yet. Recent past here for Virgo. This is for Virgo's recent past. See, yeah, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. You had certain expectations of how things were going to go, and it just feels like your harvest never came, your ships never came in, or like haven't come in, or you've been dealing with feeling like you are always working towards something but never really receiving the benefit of it. Maybe you put a lot of energy into a job or a career or a relationship, but it feels like it never really develops into what it is that you're wanting. And I feel like you've been stuck in that energy, Virgo, for a while, feeling like you're just not receiving back. Not even not receiving back what you're putting into, but not even receiving like I don't even know if you're receiving like much at all. Like you might feel like you're not even receiving the bare minimum. Nine of Pentacles in reverse kind of being like unsure whether or not your ships are ever going to come in, whether or not you're going to receive the abundance, the wish fulfillment that you're looking for. Now, we have to find, there's that tricky balance between, having really clear desire and understanding of what it is that we want, but then also being willing and able to detach from the outcome, how it happens, when it happens, what that looks like. And I feel like that's kind of what this is talking about. All right, reset past for Virgo, please. So this is an energy of chasing. There's an energy of chasing some sort of an outcome, of needing to slow down and shift your perspective a little bit, because I feel like there's something you're pursuing or something that you're wanting and you're going after it, you're investing in it, but with a underlying, because like when you're chasing something, it means that there's an underlying fear-based energy. You're afraid that it's never going to happen, or you're afraid that if it doesn't happen that you're not going to be okay or happy or safe. And I feel like that chasing energy is, you might not even be fully aware of it here, Virgo. And oftentimes when we chase, what that means is we put so much like pressure on it that we don't really allow the universe to help us. So it starts to feel like we're doing it all on our own, like we disconnect from our spiritual guidance. We find ourselves feeling more lost than usual. And I feel like that's really what you were dealing with in your recent past. And sometimes, though, we have to go through that, especially with this anxiety that you were experiencing, because that's what it feels like. It literally feels like it was anxiety. Like it was like all of the worries that you have about whether or not you're going to get to where you're trying to go or have what you're wanting or needing, like arose at once. And I just feel like you're in your current energy, you have nothing is yet set in stone. And that sounds like that could be a really scary, like, oh my gosh, that means it's not going to happen. But I actually look at that as the opposite. It's like nothing is yet set in stone in either direction. It means that you have control right now to do what you need to do to manifest the outcome that you do desire, as long as you're willing to detach from specifics. Okay, current energy for Virgo. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But I want to get this current energy for Virgo, clarifying nothing is yet set in stone with a justice in reverse. This is for Virgo's current energy, please. One more. Virgo's current energy. Does Virgo need to know about their current energy? The reason, okay. Ooh, that's a tough truth here, Virgo. The reason that you haven't yet received that like your ships haven't come in, or you haven't moved in the direction that you wanted to, or something hasn't come towards you, is because you're not currently really in alignment. Now, we fall out of alignment all the time. You can be in alignment sometimes and out of alignment at other times. And that alignment is where we surrender. Surrendering to divine guidance, surrendering to the universe, the faith in the universe is really how we get into alignment, because that allows us to say, I don't know how I'm going to get to where I'm going, but I know that I am going to get to where I'm going as long as I allow the universe to guide me there. And then having that full faith that the universe is guiding you there. Because there's a little bit of controlling going on, and that controlling is an aspect of chasing. And what that looks like is you're saying, and I kind of mentioned this about your recent past, is you're saying things have to work out a certain way. There has to be a certain outcome. There has to be a certain aspect to the manifestation that you're saying, if this doesn't happen my way, then I'm not going to get what I want or what I deserve. And that within itself is a limiting belief that keeps us focused on, like, trying so hard to go down a certain path when another path might actually be a lot better for us. Maybe there's a path out there that, and I'm not saying you're necessarily on the wrong path. That's not what I'm saying. It just feels like you're not fully in alignment with what it is that you truly want here. And that's why you haven't been able to bring what you want toward you. I feel like, okay, I'm hoping that there's a lot more clarity that's brought through on that, because these messages are coming through kind of blurry. But there's that 9 of Swords. Oh, and then the Devil again. All right, current energy for Virgo. Current energy for Virgo, please. Current energy for Virgo, please. Three of Cups. There's the 5 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. Your soul's burned out. You're burned out. You're tired of the lack. You're tired of not receiving. You're tired of the survival mode. There's no doubt about that. But the survival mode is a product of the fact that you believe you have to survive. Like, okay. Talk about this in every reading. 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is conscious. Now, those 95%, that 95% of us, those limiting beliefs are going to be a product of what we have experienced. What we have experienced in our life. And if you've experienced a lot of survival and a lot of, fighting to stay safe and secure, whatever the case is, you're going to believe that that is necessary in order to survive, right? You're going to believe that pain and suffering is a necessary part of your survival. Now, where I'm going with this is that when we believe that we have to, that survival is um, the only option, and we don't believe that the universe has our back and is pushing us toward, being able to thrive, pursue a purpose and a life beyond our wildest dreams. When we believe in alignment with survival instead of in alignment with abundance, what happens is our life starts to align with that survival. We start to attract relationships, jobs, and financial situations that keep us stuck in that survival mode. When we believe that there is a better life available to us, and it takes a while to retrain that belief system because you've had these limiting beliefs for an entire lifetime. But when you can retrain your belief system to believe in alignment with abundance, where you're able to say, I know that there's better for me out there, and I know that I can go receive that, is as long as I'm willing to take the divinely guided steps to get there. Well, then what happens is our world and our perspective opens up, which we start to then see opportunities that we wouldn't see if we were still believing that survival was the only way. When we're when we're in alignment with survival, which, to be honest with you, Virgo, is kind of what you're dealing with right now, but that's okay. But when you're in alignment with survival, you block yourself off to the opportunities that exist when you live in abundance. So this is kind of it really does feel like this is a transformation, or a kind of like a promotion, if you will, from the universe, from survival to abundance. But that doesn't just happen overnight, and it doesn't just happen. It happens because you're willing to dig deep and do the work to figure out, okay, where does my survival mindset stem from? When I think about living the life of my dreams, what is the first limiting belief that comes to my mind? Okay, what is the second limiting belief that comes to my mind? How can I deconstruct those beliefs and replace them with beliefs that align with abundance? Because I feel like you've been in this survival mode and in this lack and in this letting, because you're human, but letting your anxiety and your fear control your perception of your reality, so much so that you're missing and forgetting that the basic concept of the law of attraction is that your perception of your reality is what creates your reality. What you believe is possible and capable, and what you believe is true, is going to be what it is that you experience. And it sounds really like it can sound really woo-woo when you haven't experienced it, but when you start to really see, and like I see it in just the way that I speak about my reality. Like when I stopped speaking from a place of lack in terms of saying like, oh, like I would say like, oh, I'm so broke, or I don't have money for that, or man, I wish we could do this if we had money for it. And when I started trying to change the wording, and putting all my energy toward, man, I'm so broke, I'm in lack, and I started trying to shift it to, I do have abundance, I have the money that I need for everything that I want or need, and I started really trying to shift my mindset in that direction. At first, it feels like you're lying to yourself, but that lie that might not be true in your reality is shifting something within. And the saying is, as above, so below, as within, so without. What we believe about our reality, what we believe is capable and possible for us, what we believe we're capable of and is possible for us, is going to be what we experience. We only limit ourselves when we allow ourselves to view things through the lens of survival and lack. And so this really does feel like it's saying nothing is yet set in stone. There's no guarantee that things are going to go wrong. There's no guarantee that things are going to go right. But you, Virgo, you have the power to shift your belief towards that abundance, which then in a really backwards way does guarantee your abundance. Abundance can be guaranteed, but you have to believe that. Current energy for Virgo. Yeah, because things don't feel like they're moving forward. And that's what I feel like is the hardest thing. It feels like maybe you're stuck in this Nine of Swords energy, this anxiety, this frustration, this limitation. And to be honest, what I've learned is sometimes you just are stuck in it. And like, there's nothing you can do except for wade through it and not allow it to dictate your movements, choices, and decisions. Because sometimes we have to face those limiting beliefs in real life circumstances, you know, the doubt, the fear, the insecurity. Sometimes it appears in front of us in the form of a person or a financial situation so that we can face it with the beliefs that we want to have instead of the beliefs that we do currently have. You know, in those moments, we have a choice. Are we going to continue to affirm our limiting beliefs, or are we going to allow ourselves to step into our power and choose to face it with the belief that we want to be true? All right, immediate future for Virgo, clarifying a personal issue reaches a resolution with the Six of Cups in reverse. Immediate future for Virgo, clarifying a personal issue reaches resolution. Six of Cups in reverse. What does Virgo need to know about their immediate future? And I talk about it a lot on my channel when I do these past, present, and future readings. When I talk about the future, I don't want to just say, like, this is what's going to happen, because I don't believe that it is my, like, that it's right for me to say this is what's going to happen, because you have more control over your future than that dictate, or than that shows, I guess. Immediate future for Virgo. Okay. Immediate future for Virgo, please. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands, and you have the Five of Cups in reverse. This is about you taking action. And you might not know what that action is yet. But the Queen of Wands is an energy of becoming what you want to become before you actually are that thing. So for instance, I mean, you've heard, I'm sure, of fake it till you make it, right? Sometimes, not sometimes actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say all the time, if you can fake it, if you can, like, there's this like trend that is going around. I don't know if it's still a thing now, but it's on TikTok where people are calling it like delusion week. It's like showing up as the person I would be if I was the most successful version of myself, the most successful, happiest version of myself. What would I do every day? And they're doing things from, like, you know, just making sure they wake up, make their bed, eat healthy, work out, like do the things that you would do if you wanted to be, if like if they want for a week, if like whatever your most successful version of you would do. And that's kind of, in a weird way, what this feels like in your immediate future is like fake it till you make it kind of energy. Like, if you want to be more abundant, if you want to be in more loving relationships, start talking like you are, start acting like you are, start, you know, setting boundaries like you are. Because I feel like the more that you try to align your intentions with where you want things to go and what you want to become, as opposed to where you have been and what you have experienced, then you'll stop experiencing so much of the same lack and limitations that you have been experiencing for so long. Because I do feel like this is kind of, especially with the Six of Cups here, this is kind of saying like this is something that has been, you've been experiencing possibly for a lifetime. Like this survival mode, this lack, this limiting experience that you feel like you've had has been happening for your whole life. So first and foremost, like, it's going to be hard to reframe and retrain yourself to think in alignment with that. But the more that you can become aware of the ways that you limit yourself, the more that you can start to take those limitations and transform them into something good. An immediate future for Virgo. Yeah, because Virgo, at the end of the day, you don't trust yourself. Like, it's like, it's not even that you don't believe. It's like, okay, sure, you can have this lack of believing that you're undeserving. You can have this limiting belief of believing that you're incapable. But what it all kind of stems down to is you don't believe that you can do it. Whatever it is, you don't believe that you can do it. Whatever it could be, building healthy relationships, moving on from something that's been very challenging, stepping into a new financial situation, getting the promotion at work, starting a business, whatever it is. It's like at the end of the day, you don't believe you can do it. And you don't believe you can do it probably because you've experienced a lot of situations and maybe even people telling you that you can't. And those situations and those people, they aren't there to affirm what's real. They're not sitting there trying to, like, the universe doesn't send them into your life to show you that you can't. The universe brings those situations into your life to show you that you deserve more, therefore you can. Like, if you know you deserve more, then you are capable of more. That, at the end of the day, that, if we're going to summarize this meeting that we're all gathered here for, this reading, then it's, if you know you deserve more than what you're experiencing right now in terms of your life, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your financial situation, if you know you're deserving of more, you can achieve more. Just figure out how. And like, that sounds like so it can sound very patronizing, like, just figure out how. But seriously, when you can start to open yourself up to divine guidance and say, universe, like, I know I'm deserving of more. I know I'm capable of more. So what do I need to do? What action do I need to take? How do I need to show up every single day in order to attract that life that I know I want? Immediate future for Virgo. So that's what your immediate future is about. It really is like faking it until you make it, so you can transform that survival into abundance, because you deserve more than living in survival. And you have this Knight of Pentacles, which is this reminder that it's not going to happen overnight. I feel like I have a bit of a bone to pick with some of these tarot readers out here who promise that all of your abundance is just going to show up at your doorstep one day. And man, if that were the case, I bet so many more people would be on a spiritual journey and a healing journey, because that's not how it goes. It really is about the consistent commitment to whatever it is that you're wanting to do, and making sure that you're standing up for yourself day in and day out, whether that be going to the gym when you don't want to, or having that hard conversation when you don't want to, or walking away from a situation that doesn't serve you even when you don't want to. That's how you commit to yourself. And the more that you commit to yourself and what's best for you, the more the universe will open up for you. I promise you. That's how the whole thing works. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive deeper into them, and then focus on some of the advice. Then I have an actual advice card to pull at the end. I posted a video about this on Sunday of this past week, talking about this summer workshop series, talking about how to step into your power. So it really does apply a lot to this reading, because the workshop is about, okay, in these readings, I could talk all day about, like, okay, yes, these are the limiting beliefs, you need to reframe these beliefs. But then, I think it's hard to really get into, like, the how, right? How do you really reframe these beliefs? How do you step into your power? What does that even look like for you? What does your power even mean to you? How can you take it back? What takes it away? Things like that. And there is my, a mentor slash spiritual confidant slash friend is putting on a summer workshop series about taking your power back, stepping fully into your power, stepping fully into your potential. And it's a 4-part series that is happening there's one in June, 2 in July, and 1 in August. And it is $20 to register for all 4 sessions. So it's $20 up front, and then all 4 are taken care of. If you do not live in the US, or you live in a time zone where it would be difficult to join us because I'm going to be in it, to join us when we're having these sessions, there will be recorded videos that she can send to you after. So I'm going to join this because I feel like there's a lot of benefit I can get out of it. I hope to see you guys there as well. I'm going to put the link to the video that I posted about it in the description box of this reading. And then in the description box of that video is all of the information on it. In the video, I just kind of talk a little bit more about it, but I pretty much just summarized everything that I talked about in the video. But it's all the information on it, including her contact information in case you have any questions. And then the link to register and all of that. So all of that, if that's something that you feel, pulled to, or that you resonate with, then I definitely encourage you to be there. I think that it can be really healing to connect with people who are going through a lot of the same experiences. You know, I have some videos that get thousands of views, which means that thousands of you are dealing with a lot of the same painful experiences, or trying to break out of a lot of the same limiting beliefs, and being able to connect with a lot of people who can meet you on that level, I think can be very healing. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing it. So I hope to see some of you guys there. Otherwise, thank you so much, Virgo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Virgo.